Chapter 5 begins in the past where we find Laura sparring against Adam with their blades, Hayes and Mithra supporting them. Jin, the master chef, interrupts them for supper time. It's kind of crazy seeing this group come together. It's the OG group that started 500 years ago during the Aegis War. It's also kind of sad seeing Jin get along so well here when later on he becomes your enemy. The nice heartwarming moment doesn't last long as they learn of Malos's intent to attack the capital. Fan tells Rex that Praetor Malthus requests an audience and Rex is like, no way. They also learn that the Praetor is the driver of Malos and everyone is like, no way. It's also revealed that Amalthus is Colt's driver as well and Nia is like, no way. Man, there are a lot of revelations in the first few minutes of this chapter. Now we return to the for real present where Mithra is talking to Fan. It seems Fan doesn't have any recollection of who Mithra is or that her real name is Hayes. Mithra leaves and decides to go back to her room. Pyra communicates with Mithra asking if she noticed Hayes' core crystal's shape. Mithra noticed and mentioned it's not a normal resonance. Clearly, something is up. Back somewhere at their secret lair, Jin is overlooking these tubes filled with blades. I know, random. Malos alerts Jin that lame Akos is calling them. Akos tells Malos and Jin about Temperantia where Moradane are conducting an excavation there. It turns out that Moradane have been excavating a Judicium Titan weapon. The little group session is interrupted when Patroka comes in all pissed because they got their asses handed to them by Rex and gang. They're able to figure out that Hayes is the blade that helped defeat them. Akos again is able to tell the group that Mithra is on her way to Indal. That's no fair. How does he do that? Jin decides to head out to Temperantia to buy them some time. Back on board the Pterodactyl Titan or whatever the heck that thing is, Rex and the group finally arrive at the Letharian Archipelago. I don't know how to say that word. Rex takes the group to Fonset Village for a quick pit stop. It's a good place to dive to if anyone is interested. Auntie Corin greets the gang and tells them they can stay and rest for as long as they want. Rex brings Pyra to the graves of his mom and dad, which is a pretty sad but heartwarming scene. Rex tells them that they're going to Elysium. After giving Pyra a hard time with stories of blades and the drivers getting married, Corin talks about Rex's past. We learn here that Rex wasn't actually born in Fonset Village. He arrived with his mother when he was about 2 years old, probably fleeing from war or a Titan dying. Unfortunately, Rex's mother was too weak to survive and left him with Corin. They found Rex's father who also died not far from the village. Is there ever a heroic story where the hero's parents are alive? Maybe that's why my life is so lame. After hearing all this, Pyra feels that Rex is better off without her. I see you, Bridget, being all nosy. The group finally leaves Sunset Village only to once again run into Zeke. When is this guy going to give up? I'll let Nia handle it again.
You know what? No thanks. I don't pick on idiots.
Although I will say something is different this time. I don't know if it's because I'm finally getting over COVID or Morag seems to know who this is and decides not to participate in this fight. Anyways, I'm hoping this guy is still no issue and man, this is a tense moment.
What a shame. Looks like the illustrious Flamebringer won't be helping you this time.
Thanks for the concern and all, but maybe you should be worrying about yourself. Big tree to your right, big rock to your left, and a cliff right behind you. Which one's gonna get you this time, eh?
Not today, furry ears. Check this. Whoa!
We find out this guy is really strong. His name is Thunderbolt Zeke, Tantal's most powerful driver and its crown prince. As always, I win the fight and Zeke turns out to be a good guy.
Oh, that's so sweet. So I'm a good guy now, is that it? Am I wrong?
Touche, Rex. Unfortunately, it seems that the only issue with this guy is that he has all the bad luck. Oh my god, he's dead! Finally, the group reaches Indal, but Mithra is not impressed.
Sure, because they're trying too hard. You don't have to be like that.
As they're walking, they notice a refugee camp protesting against blades. It appears Indal has been passing around core crystals to other countries. Therefore, Indal has the power to control war itself. They finally reach their rooms and Pyra and Rex have another moment to themselves. Look at Rex being all embarrassed and everything. Rex gets out of bed early to find Fan staring at a painting. Nia, being the creeper she is, surprises Rex and starts teasing him about having a crush on her, but he's like, no way. Anyways, Fan, also known as Hayes, approaches them and mentions that some of her memories are missing. Rex mentions Mithra has been around for a while and says she should talk to her about helping her out with her memories.
Look at you going all red. I'll tell Pyra, I swear.
Nia is the best. In the meantime, Pyra and Bridget are also having a moment. She hands Pyra a journal that preserves her memories. Bridget is fortunate that her records are kept safe and passed down as imperial treasure. Most blades are not often able to recall their memories of their past lives when they are resonated with the new driver. Bridget tells Pyra she should tell him everything and hits her with a reality check.
If you can't do that even for him, you shouldn't be his blade at all.
We finally arrive at the meeting of Rex and Amalthus. He returns Cole's weapon to him and pleads for the Praetor's help to get to the World Tree. I'm not exactly sure what is happening right here, but I'm guessing that Rex begins to sense Malos and sees Amalthus flicker between himself and Malos' appearance. Amalthus requests a private talk with Pyra to reminisce. Rex brings this up to the group, but everyone pretty much tells him to not worry about it. During their chat, Mithra confronts Amalthus, as he would never have allowed others to go to Elysium before. Amalthus states that he believes someone can reach the Architect and save their world, and wants to believe Rex can fulfill that destiny. In the meantime, we find Jin arriving on Temperantia and infiltrates the Ardanian excavation site. After being impressed by how resistant the Judicium weapon was over time, he goes ahead and activates the Titan weapon. Jin uses the weapon to wipe out the poor Urian troops that stood no chance against its might. Word reaches Indolo of an Ardanian attack, even though we know this is Jin's doing. Morag leaves to investigate the matter and the group follows soon after her. Morag confronts Senator Roderick, who swears it wasn't him that fired the shots. Mithra steps in wondering who stands to gain if war broke out between the Orions and Ardanians. Of course it has to be Jin and the rest of Torna. Rex offers to help as a way to compensate for a water tower they broke back in Gormont. Fan also wants to tag along. Zeke volunteers to bring himself as well just because of the fun of it. The group finally arrives at Temperantia. Here they behold the destruction left by Jin. As they begin to discuss their battle plan, Morag warns that the beast is extremely volatile and that the only way of subduing it is to cut the ether cords in order to restrain the beast. Fan will stop the Titan, allowing everyone else to jump onto its back. As soon as they make it, they run into an independent defense mechanism. Way to go, Morag. The group is able to destroy the defense mechanism, but it isn't long until they are met by Jin. Mithra questions why Jin, who was a pacifist during the Aegis War, would be set on his current goals, to which Jin replies by accusing Mithra of being his catalyst, having sacked the kingdom of Torna during the Aegis War and causing the death of Laura. Jin then reveals himself to be a blade, revealing an unnatural blood-like core crystal. Although Jin is weakened, he's still able to put up a fight and ultimately kills Fan. It's pretty heartbreaking, especially if you play Torna the Golden Country and see how much these two have been through. With her death, Jin is finally able to set her free. Jin then becomes angry over the fleeting nature of Blade's memories and how they can't pass down their memories like humans. It's because of these characteristics that have allowed humans to enslave Blades, which motivated him to become his current self. Jin explains that if the party had seen the last state of humanity, they would understand his logic. Just as Jin is about to attack the party, his crystal starts reacting, having a negative effect on him. Akos arrives, and he and Jin escape as the beast's defense mechanism is briefly reactivated. After the battle, Rex laments how he, despite now being a driver of the ages, is still as weak and useless as before, being unable to save Fan's life. Unfortunately, the destruction caused by the Titan weapon sparked immediate tension with Uriah and Moradane, which is halted only by the arrival of the Indal Titan ending the chapter. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to subscribe and a new blade will resonate with the driver. My name is LOG and I will see you in the next video.